Loves, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijama here, and in today's video we're going to learn how to make this beautiful dress with a folded collar. So this dress has two darts. It has a normal dart, it has a princess dart, and it also has a boss dart, but I'll be making mine with only the princess that. Now this dress is a short dress, and for you to achieve this you would need 2 yards or 2.5. It depends on your size. Now we are going to start with a pattern draft, and I want to draft a pattern before cutting it so that it will be clear. Now we are going to be using our princess dart for this dress, and this is my Duchess fabric. I couldn't get the fabric that they used, so I got this magenta Duchess, and but it's a thick Duchess, yeah. So from the top I will come down by 8 inches, that is my chest line, 10 inches, that is my bust point. My half length is 17 inches, my shoulder to hip is 27 inches, and the full length of this dress is 35. Like, I want it to be very short. That's why I made it 35 inches for the full length. So if you want yours to be long, you can also do that. I'll go ahead and extend the lines. After extending the lines, I'll label them. I'll label my chest line, my bust points, my half length, and my full length. Now after doing that, this is a folded collar, so the front neckline will be round, so I'm making it 3 by 3. It will be a round neckline, 3 by 3, but the back neckline will be a V neckline. I don't know if you understand. The front neckline will be round, 3 by 3. The back will be V. Now after doing that, I'll mark my shoulder, and after marking my shoulder, I'll connect it straight down to my chest line, and I'll mark 1 inch for my shoulder slant. Now after doing that, let me label the line so that we cannot get confused. This is chest line, this is my bust point, this is my half length, and this is my full length. I have not marked my hip line, so I'll get my hip line also. My hip line is 27 inches. Then from that hip line, you will mark a straight line and then label it your hip line. And then this particular dress is somehow free. It is not too fitted on the body. Remember that when you are cutting yours. Now after marking these lines, what I'm going to do right now is to mark my nipple to nipple, and that is 4.5. I'll go ahead and mark it. Sorry, my nipple to nipple is 8 divided by 2, it is 4. So these 4 inches that I marked here, I will go ahead and extend it from the half length up to the bust points and down to the full length. But if you are making freehand, instead of marking 4 inches, I'll mark 4.5, because my allowance will be on my fabric because it is freehand. Now I'll find the midpoint of my chest line. From my shoulder to my chest line is 8 inches, so the midpoint is 4. So I'll connect from my bust point to that midpoint. You can see how I slanted that line, and that is my princess dart line. That is from, you place your tape from your shoulder to your chest line, and you find the midpoint and then connect. On each side of my dart, on my half length, on each side of my dart, I'll take out half an inch, half an inch. Then I'll connect it to my bust point. Then from the half length, I will connect straight down to my hip line, and this is my dart. Like, this is my dart line. I don't know if you understand. This is a princess dart. After doing this, I'll start taking my body measurements. My bust divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease and another 1 inch for seam allowance. Like I said, this dress is a free dress. It doesn't have to be so fitted. Now at my waistline, that is my half length, I'll divide my waist by 4 plus 1 inch for ease, that is 1 inch for freedom, 1 inch for ease, 1 inch for your dart allowance, and another 1 inch for seam allowance. Then at my hip, I'll divide my hip by 4 plus 1 inch for ease and another 1 inch for seam allowance. Then I'll go ahead and connect from my waist to my hip, and then from my hip I'll mark it straight down because this dress is a free dress. Now after doing that, I will extend my armhole dart. Like this place that I connected my princess, I will extend it by extra 1.5 so that it will be long, because when it is time to join the pieces together, you notice that this side piece will not reach. So extend your princess dart. You can see from the armhole line, I extended it before connecting my normal armhole line. Make sure that you extend it by 1.5, so that when you are joining, everything will match. But if you miss to add this extension, when it is time for you to join the center piece and the side pieces together, you will notice that the side pieces will be shorter around that armhole area. So that's why it is usually good for you to extend it. Now I'll go ahead and cut out. Now I am done cutting out. I'll go ahead and add an extra bust that I'll come down by 1 inch or half an inch around my armhole, and then I will connect. I want to add a little armhole dart so that my armhole will not be puffy. Now this is for the front. I will cut out the back. The front and the back are the same. The only difference is that I will not add armhole dart to the back. Then the back will have a v neckline. Instead of round neckline, it will have a v neckline. So I'll go ahead and extend all these lines that I marked before. So this paper is not much. I will not add zipper allowance to it now. So when I'm cutting on my fabric, I will add my zipper allowance. And when you are cutting, please remember to add your zipper allowance. It is very important because this dress has a zipper at the back. So after connecting these lines, I'll go ahead and label them. And almost everything that I did to the front, that is the same thing that I'll repeat at the back. Just that my center back we have a zipper allowance, then it will have a v neckline. But remember, the width of the v will still remain 3 because the neck width of the front is 3, right? So the neck width of the back will remain 3, and I've marked 3 inches. So the neck depth, I want it to come down to the chest line. Like I want the v to reach the chest line. But if you want it to be high, fine. If you want it to be deeper than this, it is fine. So you can see that I have marked my v neckline. Then I'll go ahead and mark my armhole. After marking my armhole, I'll also mark my princess dart. The only difference is that our darts will reach our chest line. When I was marking my front dart, is stopped at the bust point, right? But this time around, this dart line will reach the chest line. So find the midpoints of your chest, of your armhole, and connect from your half length. Find nipple to nipple, that is 4. Connect from half length to chest line, and from chest line to your armhole, in order to get that princess dart curve. Now after marking this princess dart curve, I'll go ahead and extend my dart line down to the full length of this dress. And after extending it down to the full length of this dress, I'll take out half an inch around the half length of this dress. Then if I take out half an inch, I will connect it up to my chest line. But for the front, it stopped at the bust point, right? But this time around, this dart connection is reaching the chest line. Now from my half length also, I'll connect down to the hip line. After connecting down to the hip line, I will now go ahead and take my body measurements. That is my bust divided by 4 plus 2. That is 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for seam allowance. Hip divided by 4 plus 2. Waist divided by 4 plus 2. And another one for that allowance. Remember to replace your dart allowance. Then extend the side armhole. It is important. You can see that I extended it by like 1 inch. I'll go ahead and connect my lines. After connecting, I'll also go ahead and cut out. Then after cutting this out, I'll start cutting it on my fabric. And if I'm cutting on my fabric, I will add my zipper allowance. Please remember to add zipper allowance. Now I'm labeling my back, so that when I'm cutting the pieces, I'll know the ones that belong to the front and the ones that belong to the back. So right now I am done cutting my pattern. The next thing I'm going to cut out now is the pieces. So my center front will be on fold, then the rest will be two. I am folding my fabric. This is my thick Duchess. I'll go ahead and cut out. This is my center front and it will be on fold. So as you are cutting, remember to add half an inch seam allowance around this paper. It is very important, except the center front. Remember to add half an inch. Then at the full length, you add 2 inches for hemming, because we are going to fold this dress at the down part. And for the fold, you're not going to run a stitch on it. So we'll use a hemming gum so that it will look very neat. Then I'll cut the shoulder. That one is for the center front. I'll cut out my side front, center back, and side back. Now I am done doing that. I'll go ahead and cut out my sleeve. So the sleeve of this dress is short. It is around 8 inches, 10 inches at most. I'll go ahead and fold. Sorry, I did not mark. I couldn't find my chalk, but I'll explain very well. So I'll fold it twice so that I can cut out two sleeve once. Then I'll find the full length of my sleeve. I want to make it 10 plus 2 inches for hemming, and that will be 12. Then I'll mark my curve, then find the full length plus 2 inches. Though I made my sleeve shorter, my sleeve is around 8 inches. Now I'll go ahead and measure the width of my sleeve plus 1 inch for seam allowance. Then I'll connect. Now this is my sleeve and I have two pieces there. Now the next thing that we are going to do is to start joining. You can see my center front. This is my center front. I'll place the side front, and then I'll go ahead. I use half an inch to join them. I'll repeat the same thing at the back also. This is the center back. You can see that I added my zipper allowance, and I did my zipper intake. At the half length, I came in by 1 inch at the zipper. I'll use half an inch to join them, except the center back for now, because I'm going to add a zipper there. Now I am done joining, and this is my sleeve. So I don't want to fold my sleeve. First of all, you can weave it, like you can overlock it, or you can fold it small, then use hemming gum. Place your hemming gum and use your hemming gum to like I hold it down so that you will not have to run any stitch. I hope you understand. Now after doing that, this is my front piece, and as you are joining, remember to iron your seam allowance. It is really important. All the seam allowance that you used to join all the pieces, remember to iron them. Then I'll go ahead and close my zipper allowance. Just use a loose stitch and close the zipper allowance for now and keep it aside. So I've closed my zipper allowance, and this is what my back looks like. Now I'll place my front on it, and I will use 1 inch to shape the sides, because I added 1 inch seam allowance. Use 1 inch to shape the sides, and also turn your shoulder. You can see I did not turn the neckline with any facing or anything. Now after shaping, I'll iron. Now I am done ironing. The next thing that I'm going to do is to trim the full length so that everything will be equal. After trimming the full length, I'll also trim my armhole. Remember to trim your armhole. Then the full length of this dress, we are not running any stitch on it. Like I said, we are going to use hemming gum to fold it the same way we folded the sleeve of this dress. So just go ahead and weave it or overlock it, and then you will fold and use your hemming gum to hold it down so that it will look very neat. Now after trimming my sleeve, I'll go ahead and fix my sleeve. You can see my sleeve, there is no stitch on it. It is looking really neat, and I'll repeat the same thing at the hemline. Now after fixing my sleeve, this is what I have. Remember to iron. So for the full length, I go ahead and fold it inside. Then I will use my hemming gum to hold it down. Now we are done hemming the full length of the dress, and this is what you have. The last thing that we are going to fix here is the collar, and I like fixing my collar before fixing my zipper. So open up your zipper allowance. This is the reason why I said you should use a little stitch, a loose stitch, to hold your zipper allowance down, so that when you are about measuring your neckline, you will know where to stop at. Sorry. So now after opening this zipper allowance, you are going to measure your round neckline. I hope you understand what I mean. Your round neckline starts from one point of your zipper allowance to the other zipper allowance. So I'll start measuring round. The zipper allowance is not included, so I have like 21 inches there, and I want to use this paper to draft my collar. I'll go ahead and measure out. Sorry, I have 30 inches total. The round neck of my dress is 30 inches, and the width, I want to make the width 6 inches. The width of my collar, I want it to be 6 inches. This is my 6 inches, and the length of this paper is 15 inches, and that is what I'm going to use to cut out my collar. So if I'm cutting out my collar, I will cut it on fold, and I will make the area that will be at the center back to be extended. The area that will be at the center back will be pointy, so that it will have a sharp V. So this is the fabric that I'll be using for the cutting. I'll go ahead and fold it into two, then fold again, and then I'll place my paper on it. And as you are cutting, the center back of this collar should have a pointy shape. I hope you understand. So you can see what I did there. It has this V pointy shape. So I'll just go ahead and turn the sides. Make sure that the V is okay. Then I'll open it up. This is what I have. I'll close the sides and iron. Then after closing the side, this is what I have. I will start from one point of the zipper allowance and sew to the other zipper allowance. And we are sewing it inside out, so that if you sew from the inside, the collar will fold on the outside. So after fixing it, I'll go ahead and fold my collar, and that is it, guys. So registration for our online classes is ongoing. We have blazer, corset, jumpsuit, joggers, cargo pants, that's manipulation, lace placement, reception gown, corsetry, anything you want. We have so many classes, so do well to drop a comment in my comment section, and I will direct you on how to register. See you all in my next video. Bye.